Precious tritium is the fuel that makes this
podcast
go. There's only 25 pounds of it on the whole planet.
With great power comes great responsibility.
So I found out earlier, Brad, that the government of the United Kingdom paid 100 grand for a podcast, and they only got kind of like 8,000 listens. So that's 1,000 per episode for the 8 series.
See,
right?
That's where they're going wrong. Rather than spending that much money in order to, plan it out fully, they just need to get 2 twats from Birmingham to just completely wing it. And you still do a better job than what they've done.
So I can confirm that this podcast is taxpayer friendly. I don't want to get the Taxpayers Alliance involved because they are wet dickheads, to say the least.
Completely moist.
But Swinging Through Spider-Man, a Spider-Man history podcast, I got to change that. It's not a Spider-Man history podcast. Is taxpayer friendly. So welcome to the show. I'm James. That's Brad. Each week, we go through a comic from the Amazing Spider-Man line by Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, and now John Romita Sr., and read them for the very first time. And how has that journey been, Brad?
Been one hell of a ride, I'll tell you that.
That's saying something.
That's saying the least amount possible on the matter, to be fair. I think it's safe to say we're starting to get our tippy toes and our fingertips onto the side wall of the Spider-Man universe, and we're slowly crawling up it.
We're recognising things and tropes. We're there. We're getting there. But no, what happened last time, Brad? Because it was a bit of a shock ending.
It was, essentially, Spider-Man tussled with Mr. Octopus again. At the latest science fair, because these things are a dime a dozen nowadays, left Peter in a conundrum where he either drops a nuclear reactor on the innocents down below or catches Doc Ock. But obviously, Peter, doing all those things that responsibility calls for, caught the nuclear. What was it called? It was
the nullifier.
Nullifier. That's the one. Such a shit name. But on top of that, we had this little side story where Aunt May's just sort of popped into the good old Coffee Bean to be like, by the way, I'm renting out my house. And it's just like, Aunt May, you're sub-renting as well, you twat.
And that left us with the shock ending where Doc Ock set a trap for Spider-Man. As far as Doc Ock knows, the trap worked. The hideout blew up and Spider-Man was caught up in the explosion. He wasn't. And Doc Ock thinks he's free to go on with his life of crime and rebuild his criminal empire that Spider-Man helped shatter.
Yeah, rebuild that empire straight from Aunt May's rented room.
Yeah, so that we have this final panel where he's answering an advert about lodgings at Aunt May's house. And that is where the new issue picks up. We're on Amazing Spider-Man issue 54. We're on episode 60 or something now at this point because of all the annuals and extras we've done. But issue 54, Brad, shall we get into it?
Damn straight. I just want to have a little caveat here, right? Remember how last episode we were ripping the shit out of the Coffee Bean logo?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, well, since then, I've actually been schooled by by Dr. Spider, who basically said, like, that the logo is like infamous, and it's what was it? It's an actual pun, but it flew completely over my head at the time. Obviously, it was what is it? Yes, that's the one. It was a beatnik bean.
Okay. Huh?
Yeah, like a beatnik is like one of those one of the cool cats with the bongo drums that speaks like the spoken word poetry.
Rivers flow within Spider-Man. Make him angry. Make him flexy. Is that like that?
Yeah, like that. Like, and then just like occasionally, just like, and the no, it's more like a angry
Ooh,
rivers.
Spidey is a flexi. Shoots a web out his arms.
It's more angry than that usually. It's literally a terrible pun. Kind of makes me hate it even more.
Not happy with that. Issue 54 of The Amazing Spider-Man, Brad. It begins with Dr. Octopus becoming the new tenant of Peter Parker's Aunt May.
I mean, I love the fact that they don't gloss over the fact. Because it's literally page 1, the tentacles and the trap. And
yeah, you're hearing for some shit here,
yeah,
folks.
It's Doc Ock answering the ad, talking to Aunt May, and is immediately like, "Yes, you remember me, right, when I kidnapped you?" And she's just like, "Yeah."
When I locked the door and didn't let you out. Yes, funny times. Can I live with you?
Yes, we have history that makes it all the more better.
I'm looking for Airbnbs of 4.5 stars points. He's turned up on Aunt May's doorstep looking for lodgings, and she was charmed by him last time, and she's amazed that, the world famous Dr. Octopus wants to come to her house and be her lodger.
And you know that place is just like filled to the brim with doilies. Like everywhere you look, there's a doily on something that doesn't need to have a doily. Like even the doilies have doilies.
Well, Dr. Octopus has come literally cap in hand, mate.
This is the wanted ad. I must answer this. Do you drink semi-skimmed or skimmed milk? I need to know. Dietary requirements, you see.
I want to know where his arms are. They're either in that briefcase or under that coat, and I don't think they're under that coat.
I know. I reckon they hug him when he's got his anorak on. Just really give him a tight squeeze as he's walking around.
Life is not solitary because I have a sweet embrace of my arms at all times.
Like he's basically using the arms as a girdle, like holding in them pounds.
Well, he's on Aunt May's doorstep, and Aunt May's a bit reluctant. He's working the charms, but Aunt May goes, "Didn't you have the whole thing with the police? Didn't they arrest you?" He goes, my dear, a true error on your behalf. The newspaper, they got it all wrong. I was a scientist there preventing the robbery. I was not the robber, but the stopper.
But of course.
And she's done for it, and Aunt May is in. Aunt May lets Doc Ock in. And
mate,
it's a perfect cover for him, basically.
This guy's got as much charm about him as like a week-old banana skin peel that's literally in the gutter of New York City streets. Yeah,
imagine if this was like your mum or my mum or you or me or anyone we know kind of letting out a spare room, and he turns up like, "Hello, I've responded to your advert." To be like, "Yeah, they sent the house." So pull down the advert.
Well, for one, I'd be a bit wary of the fact that it's like this middle-aged single man who clearly has a body pillow in his briefcase there.
How dare you insult my waifu?
You know, he's the kind of geezer that watches anime, and then like on the birthday of said character, he has like a little cupcake in front of the screen.
I think he's an anime guy, and that's no slight on anime, but
definitely an anime guy. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm an anime guy myself, but you get to a certain age where you realise it's trash, but you still love it.
I do feel like Miyazaki would be disappointed in Anno because Neon Genesis Evangelion simply lacked heart.
Yeah, that guy.
That's him. That is him. Well, Spider-Man's looking to beat his ass to a pulp at the moment.
Well, he did just explode a bomb right in his face.
He's stalking the city looking for the now elusive Dr. Octopus, but to no avail. Heading back to his flat, changing into his civvies, Peter Parker settles down, but it's short-lived. It's not that it's short-lived. It's that he just gets in situations. But we're heading back to Dr. Octopus, who's now setting up base in Aunt May's spare room. His arms are in the suitcase.
Oh my god. I thought the whole thing was that they were fused to his body.
I don't know anymore.
He had the accident, and then it was like, oh, you know what, whatever. Roll with it.
He fully believes that Spider-Man's dead, by the way.
Yeah, he's literally living his best life.
Yeah, he's living that best life. The powerful arms, all controlled by his mind, helping him set up the base. It's the new Koch, the new setup. Here is my battle station. 3 monitors and 2 graphics cards put together. Perfect.
Good afternoon, MTV. Welcome to my crib.
Well, he's going to get back in full command of the gang.
Could you just imagine that moment, in MTV where they always got to show you what's in the fridge? It's always that big double-sided fridge as well. Like it'd pretty much be half the episode just him going through his spice rack.
Cardamom. Well, he's waiting to kind of take control of the Master Planner gang that he's just left hanging for 22 issues. Precisely 22 issues.
Wait, hold on. So what's he been doing this whole time?
Fucking around.
Clearly.
Honestly, just fucking around. I think he may have been in prison for a little bit, got let out. I don't know, because it did explain it in probably the last issue what exactly happened, and I forgot. I've completely forgotten.
I'm sorry, guys. I got to tell you, I actually just caught up with One Punch Man. It was pretty fantastic, guys. I can't believe I've left it for so long.
I'm so upset I cannot. Give it 5 stars on Netflix. It's just a simple thumbs up. It's a binary system. So he's setting up the base in the spare room, re-establishing the criminal empire. All this work, mate, as you can see while he's live streaming to the gang, is actually...
Oh my god, it's fantastic.
He actually is live streaming to the gang. It's fucking up Aunt May's TV.
Do you reckon he's got Twitch Premium? Now's a perfect time to plug, mate. Now's a perfect time to plug.
You can find me on Twitch at JamoAV 1982. That's it. Bang on. Plug over. That's it for now. Harry Osborn in the flat with Peter Parker. He's happy. Pete's back. Wow. I can hang out with him. Hey, Pete, you want some breakfast? Pete, of course, is mixing the old web fluid.
Oh, no. Why can't he just, rent out some garage somewhere? Like, that would literally be all he has to do.
Mixing the old web fluid together. I don't think he just... Oh, that's rude.
But to be fair, he's a science major. It wouldn't be uncharacteristic for him to be running experiments, would it? Surely not.
Harry walks in there. The Spider-Man costume's hanging over his closet door. There's web shooters here, and he's mixing an adhesive. Hey, Pete, are you the Spider-Man? No. You can't get out of that one, Brad.
He's just knocking on the door, and like Pete will do anything to not get caught, so he just scream, "I'm masturbating."
Well, Pete is Harry goes, "You want to get some breakfast? Let's go out." Pete says, "I'll be a second," and has to put all his shit away. And by the time he's ready,
you're just hearing the whole room getting turned upside down.
And he comes out and he says, "We ready? Did someone say breakfast?" And Harry's not about it. He took fucking ages. I am gone, mate. I'm fed up of this shit. And Harry walks out.
That's a piss take, man, because he's literally took 2 panels.
You don't know how long these 2 panels are, man.
Well, I can clearly see him shutting his closet in one door, and then the closet shut in the next. And then he's just sort of tucking his belt in. And then he's opened the door. He's like, "Yeah, I'm ready." And Harry's not even been out of the door yet. They're still in the same apartment, and he's just like, "You know what? Fuck you, I'm going." He's just like, "I'm going without you," and he's just like, "Why you gotta be like
that?" He's gone. I've got to go meet my dad. That's where he's gone. To refresh, Pete heads out on his bike. He's now got a helmet.
Well. Oh, safety.
Yeah, it's like a little brain bucket, like a little white brain bucket. You know,
Oh,
them
it's
World War One helmets.
Yeah, it's half cap. That is military
Yeah.
hat.
But no, he heads out. He wants to find more about Doc Ock, so he goes to the Daily Bugle, but he doesn't get any leads because, of course, J. Jonah Jameson is no help. But he does gain a new fan. The city editor, Joe Robertson, is a big fan of his photos, and he wants Pete to go out and get some photos of Dr. Octopus. Fucking good luck with that, pal.
Good God, Joe Robinson, man.
After a run at his, he bumps into Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane for two kind of panels that don't matter. And he thinks, you know, Aunt May's alone, Anna May's gone. I'm going to ride around to see her.
I feel as though they only include like one or two of these panels every now and again, just to let you know that like this is still a thing, guys. Peter's still got these strings with people.
Jazz hands.
Yeah, jazz hands. like really clunky. Like, like just literally like intermission. We interrupt this Spider-Man story to bring you Peter's love life.
It's not even his love life. He walks past and people are like, how has he got them girls on strings if you take away his looks in his brain? He's got fuck all.
Isn't
That's
that all
a lot of things?
Isn't that all a person is? like you can't be much more than your looks or your personality.
If you took away his looks, his brain, his spinal fluid, his sternum, his rib cage, his feet, his arms, his legs, it'd be nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing.
You know what it'd be, Bob? It'd be a pair of eyeballs.
No one wants to date a pair of eyeballs.
As he nears the door, his spider senses explode, so he's heading up the path to Aunt May's, and he's panicking. His spider senses explode like they've never done before. He jumps into the house, he sprints in, opens the door. What does he say? Hello!
Looking like Elton John, man.
He does look like Elton John. I'm a rocket man.
It's a little bit funny. This feeling inside.
That is so perfect.
Not one of those that can easily hide. Just like Aunt May's just like, ooh, you tease.
And he runs in and screams, "It's Dr. Octopus!" And Aunt May says, "Yes."
Who else would it be?
He's having a nice cuppa as well, Dr. Octopus. He's sitting down with a nice cup of tea.
I thought he was a pinky out kind of bloke, to be fair.
He's almost there.
Oh my God, no! Check out the speech bubble. Check out the speech bubble. Holy fuck. He literally says, I dabble in a bit of science myself.
So here's the scene. Dr. Octopus in a turquoise turtleneck, mirrored blue shades, bowl cut, double chins, and a double-breasted green blazer with a pink glass of tea, hot tea, pinky sticking out. I dabble in a bit of science myself.
I reckon this is as far as Willem Dafoe got. And he was just like, I gotta add that. I gotta put that line in. Green Goblin's gonna say that.
Aunt May sitting down for tea with Dr. Octopus. What does Pete do next, Brad?
Don't tell me he pulls up a pure.
No, he goes, he's a fucking menace.
Fair play. Okay. Okay, this is the correct response.
And Dr. Octopus says, he's just emotional. He's a teenager. He's not sitting down watching Twitch streams over and over. He's got too much energy, too much bollocks, too much cojones.
He needs to chill out and enjoy this Twitch content by this Jamo AV. It is quite entertaining.
Pete, Aunt May steps in front and says, Pete, you are too excited. You're a fragile little boy yet. He's innocent. He's just trying to stop horrible Spider-Man. And Pete, he's just about to tell his aunt to shut the fuck up. But Dr. Octopus steps up with a cigarette, mate. Look, he's lighting up in the background.
Mate, the place is lit.
He's actually lighting up a cigarette in the background. He takes a big drag. May I interlude, May? Perhaps if you'll let me speak to him alone. Wrong. I'll sort him. I'll sort the boy.
I'll sort the boy man to man.
That's almost word to word what he says.
It's so bad.
And then when Aunt May steps out, he grabs Pete by the lapel. Listen, you fucking punk, and listen well. One more fucking peep to your aunt, the papers, or the cops, and there'll be curtains for you and your aunt.
That's rough.
You fucking jabroni.
Like, oh, you gotta imagine how much like Peter's piss must be boiling right now as well. Considering like
fucking nut him.
Like literally just drop the nut on him, man. Use like the double arm punch down. Because the thing is like, yeah, he's got his fucking robotic arms, but he's not wearing them now, is he? He's just a fucking man. He's just a bloke.
He's giving him the Tony fucking Soprano in his own living room.
He is, he's proper, like, got him by the scruff of his neck and that. Nah, mate. The thing is, why don't Pete just drop the nut on him? Because, like, here's the thing, right?
I'm getting furious. I am fucking angry.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, if Pete drops the nut on him, that's, like, not out of character for a teenage lad to do to an intruder in his fucking aunt's house. Like, literal criminal.
The thing is, Aunt May, she can't take drama because her heart will pop.
That's a good point.
That's the thing holding him back, because he does say, I'd have him right now.
He does.
Right here. Because he hasn't even got his arms on. You could just fucking break him.
That's what I'm saying. He's just a guy.
But that is the measure of the man, because most people in life are just guys, but it's the aura they emit as well.
That's a good point. And he's emitting 11 herbs and spices, I'll tell you that now.
You can fucking smell it on my sweat.
It smells like calamari.
he wants fucking Octopus gone, since he's a criminal. And Pete is powerless to do anything and leaves the house with vengeance in mind. And man, fucking how is he ready to pop?
Look, I can just imagine Peter he is as well. No, he's literally stalking the house. He's just like, come on, come on. He's literally just imagine Spider-Man on the lawn doing a fucking hack out, just waiting for Octopus to come out.
You come outside, you motherless fuck. No, he's standing next to the bike like L.A. Noir, like leaning around the fucking tree trunk, looking at his own house. Now, imagine, I want a panel here in between where they look out the window and just see him like
He's
looking across the street. He waits until night, gets changed into his Spider-Man gear, and carries on waiting until he gets an opportunity. So, Dr. Octopus takes the delivery of new equipment and settles down in his makeshift lab. He's getting to work. And remember, he thinks Spider-Man's dead.
This is just a domestic bedroom as well. There's no like ventilation shit in there. There's no safety stuff. He's literally just had some fucking toxic chemicals. He's like,
May, the cat is dead. But no, there's fumes in there, and he thinks Spider-Man's dead. And what pops up on the wall? It is the spider signal. He's
literally flipping his shit, man. Like May's banging on the wall next to him, like, keep it down. You're on thin ice, son.
You were dead.
Literally.
But Spidey's plan doesn't work because he knows that May's home he can't kick off. So he's got to lure Dr. Octopus out. But Dr. Octopus is not leaving the room.
Oh.
He just sets the gang on Spider-Man.
The gang are just people as well.
Gang are just lads.
Literally just lads. Lads on tour.
Tommy, Phil, David, Joshua. The lads.
The geezers.
Tommy, Phil, Greg, David, Joshua, Mac.
No.
George, Phil, Rob.
I reckon there's a Tony in there somewhere.
Anthony, Tony, both of them.
Anthony and Tony.
Jeremiah.
You're taking a piss now. Is he the one Amish guy? He's just like he's wearing a ski mask, but his beard's still popping out the bottom of it.
I won't touch a gun, fellas. I won't do it. Give me a sword. Give me a scimitar.
It ain't much, but it's an honest living.
But Ock is no fool, man. He sets the gang on Spidey, and they assault Spidey, who's kind of staking out the house. Kick him clear. The guy swings in on a rope, kicks Spider-Man clean off a wall. You know, it's the Amish one. There's no tech in that, mate.
Yeah, there's no way any of the others would know how to wield a rope like that, man. Them Amish fuckers don't have cranes. They had to get about via rope.
That's a churning butter technique.
Just imagine being kicked by a guy swinging from a rope as Spider-Man. That must feel so insulting. It's just like, that's my shtick.
Spider-Man's kicked you square off a rope. But Spider-Man recovers and he sets to work fighting. The stakes are raised now, man. He knows he's got to beat these gang of goons and then he's got to beat Dr. Octopus because Aunt May is here and vulnerable.
Spider-Man needs to just stop now and start carrying a knife. I'm getting fed up of this.
Imagine if he had just had a scrap with Dr. Octopus.
He just stabbed him.
Hello. They just get stabbed. Oh, no. Please. No. Not like this. No.
You pull him up by the scruff of the neck and be like, who's the fucking big bollocks now?
Please. Call 911.
Because that's the thing, man. Like, if I was in Peter's shoes now, there'd be no niceties involved whilst like my family's involved. Is there like a Spider-Man that's willing to kill? No, Spider-Man Noir, he kills, doesn't he? He literally carries a piece. Get
this guy a gun, rock up to fucking Dr. Octopus and give him the fucking mafia blam 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 blam.
Just literally like one of them old 80s movies where they shoot the geezer getting shot by various multiple angles and he's just getting absolutely obliterated.
Yeah, Spider-Man's there wiping the gun. Doc Ock bloodied up, all dead. May, it was a fucking Italians.
I'm telling you, those Italians.
But no, the stakes are raised. He knows he's got to save Aunt May. Dr. Octopus watches on silently out the window, just clenching his fists, going, they're all fucking losing.
This is a fucking urban environment. This literal street. Like Spider-Man can't even swing up anything because it is literally just
a suburb.
Rows of houses in a suburb. Just an all-out war.
Yeah, they're gassing him, kicking the shit out of him, but Spider-Man stands together, knocking heads together, man, really taking lads out.
Literally, like, smacking the heads. This is pleasant dreams, playmates. Oh.
The whole street's gathered up to see, and Dr. Octopus is just looking out the window. He actually says, I am the only one strong enough and clever enough to defeat him. Why the fuck did I do this? So he's got to get out of the house. But the gang have been beaten. The Master Planner's gang have been beaten. A crowd has gathered to kind of shout at Spider-Man because he's causing a real ruckus in suburban America.
Oh, yeah, and the guy's literally dressed up as, like, the Foot Clan.
That's my fucking lawn! No, lawns are serious business, man.
I was about to say, I remember you telling me about this before.
I must have read a 3,000-word article on fucking lawns. And it's just how they were developed and how people take them so seriously because it's just that little bit of fucking fresh land that you own, the only bit of fresh land between acres of fucking pavement. There's no trees. There's nothing. It's just your little bit of grass.
Ah, America.
It's a haircut for your house, man.
Mate,
it is.
A haircut for my house is getting the fucking solar panels done.
That's true. But the suburban crowd, they're not too happy. And who's there? Aunt May has left the building and she's on the street, which gives Spider-Man the best chance he's got to give Ock a good fucking slap.
A good scene to.
Yeah, really good scene to give him the fucking Barry beat down right in his stomach.
Fair play. The thing is like, after Spider-Man's beat up all these goons, he starts webbing them together all back to back and that. Like, at what point do you reckon, like, the first goon that was just like, we should have sided with Kingpin. We should have done that.
Where is Kingpin now, do you think?
Monaco.
What? Or the money? I can't even do it anymore. I've lost it.
You've lost it, man. You know,
I've lost it.
Kingpin needs to come back into it. Then we'll be able to pick it back up, man. You'll feel the power then.
Doubt. There's just doubt inside me. I'm just full of nothing but cancerous doubt. eaten me alive. So Spider-Man has a chance to attack Doc Ock, and by fucking gosh, he does. He goes straight for the window.
It's literally like,
Boom!
in case of emergency, throw this geezer out the fucking house.
And Doc Ock turns around, screaming, "No, Spider-Man!"
But the thing is, we know that Doc Ock is like, he's supposed to be smarter than this. He's supposed to be stronger than this. And he's literally lying in wait in essentially like a lunchbox ready for Spider-Man to pounce. Like, literally in 4 walls of pain. Why is he not doing it? Why hasn't he got the high ground? What's going on?
He gets shut down pretty quickly. Doc Ock gives him the whole "I'll strangle you with the tentacles," and Spidey acts dead and let Doc do the whole "I fucking got you again," and before leaping into a punch and surprising him, bang on the jaw, man.
Oh, that one punch.
Boom! But Aunt May's creeping up them stairs, and she is shocked when she enters the room.
Oh,
Spider-Man, "It's just comic. It's just Dragon Con. Please. Please, woman."
like Doc Ock has a Patreon.
"Please. This is cost. Has spent ages putting the cardboard tubes together for these arms. Please.
There's
Please."
millions of toilet rolls.
Aunt May bursts in and she faints. It's too much shock for her. But just before she goes, Doc Ock pins the whole thing on Spider-Man. "He broke in. It was him.
Oh,
I swear."
man just chat shit.
Yeah.
Every time he opens his mouth, man, it's nothing but lies.
Dr. Octopus puts his hand around his briefcase and vacates the property, but not before he invites Spider-Man to finish the battle. He goes, "Come on, let's fucking go."
But obviously, he doesn't realise that Spider-Man is going to care way, way more about Aunt May's state.
Well, Aunt May's there, fainted. And it's because of Spider-Man. She fainted because of Spider-Man. So as Doc Ock flees, like his goddamn potato ass fucking in the sky.
I love how his chubby little toddler body has been reduced to literally holding shit.
Spider-Man holds his Aunt May and realising that she fears Spider-Man, and he rips off his mask. You've got nothing to fear. I'll prove it. Just open your eyes and wake up.
Fucking really shaking her by each shoulder. Just like, "Come on, wake up." Her eyes are literally just rolling about in her head.
Yeah. Just shaking her. It's a big snap. The fucking head fell off. No, he's revealed his face to her, but she's passed out.
Yeah.
He wants her to know that it's Peter.
Like everything that's been said is lies about him.
Pete calls the doctor. And
Wait. Right, why does she believe the bugle about how much of a menace Spider-Man is, but doesn't believe the bugle over how much of a criminal Ock is?
It's that old man charm he's got. It's that old country charm.
That's exactly what it is, man.
Pete calls the doctor and changes, waiting for that doctor. And thankfully, he gets the all clear. Aunt May's okay, but very barely. Anything happens, she's gone. Again.
Oh no, man! This bitch has been
here before. We've been fucking here before.
You're on a thread for a very long time, man.
And that's that. He gets the all clear. Aunt May's kind of comatose. There's a big fucking hole in the wall. Last few panels, Pete says, "I've got to get a plaster now." As Dr. Octopus's plan all along, "I won't kill you, Spider-Man, but I'll make sure this bitch needs a good plasterer."
Curse you, Ock, and your need for home improvements. He's literally just ranting at the hole in the wall, both fists in the air, like, "Curses!"
And Pete is really trying not to swear. It's like, Ock broke through it for only one reason. He wanted to flaunt his strength. Was it out of pure cussedness?
Ooh.
Well, now he'll learn how cussed I can be.
Ooh, menacing.
Imagine if Spider-Man was British, though. He went, you fucking cunt, you fucking...
If Spider-Man was British, it literally like every other speech bubble would be like, you what, mate?
Excuse me, fucking doctor. I ain't fucking... You think you're mad if I'm paying for this, you know? You're fucking dizzy.
like British Spider-Man would actually carry a knife.
You fucking come here. No, you come here and you look at what you've done.
Could you imagine Craven the Hunter in like Adidas, like leopard print gear? And one of them shitty little pouches. Oh man, I've got to draw a roster of the Spider-Man villains now as British thugs. That'd be
I like
absolutely
it, Brad.
fantastic.
Please do. No, do that. You that is now locked in.
Like Green Goblin wouldn't be flying a glider; it'd literally just be a rocket-powered troller that's been robbed from Asda car park, with a bag of cans only wrapped around and knotted onto the handle.
I reckon he can ferment apple cider vinegar back into cider.
Probably just by distilling it through his
wise Bradley. But Pete is cussing at the hole in the wall, angry, and he swears to find and cancel out Dr. Octopus. And that's what we'll find out in the next issue. That's the end.
Brilliant. I'm not gonna lie, man. Doc Ock is probably one of my favourite villains. It's always a hoot when the Octopus is in town.
He needs a good fucking slap.
Oh yeah,
really.
Definitely needs that.
He hasn't had a good slap for a while.
Well, he got that punch to the jaw.
Oh no, but he needs a good fucking
Like a
proper beatdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, pew pew pew. A right slap. But yeah, that's the end of the podcast, Brad. Any final thoughts, mate?
About this issue, man needs to find like a painter decorator that can work like on a retainer basis.
Wait, what I've got to say is, if Spider-Man is so concerned with the well-being of his aunt's house, why would you jump through the windows?
That's a good point. Although I think it was just literally like, I don't have time to get in and up the stairs and sort him out. Like, that room's going to be a wreck anyway. I've got to get him out somehow, quickest way possible, so that
I know Ock went through the wall of his own volition, but he's going through that wall one way or another. Spider-Man's chucking him through that wall.
It's a good point.
Is he saying that if he's thrown that man through the wall? I don't think so.
But the thing is like when I see like Doc's arms and that, I'm just thinking like, imagine how much space those fellas take up. Like, and that's just a regular domestic room. I don't know if rooms in America are bigger. I'm guessing yes. But even then, there's not enough to fucking house like the whole of like Spider-Man and Ock in one room having a fight.
It's pretty ridiculous.
But then again, is that the whole thing with Spider-Verse? Spoiler alert-ish. When they start fighting at Aunt May's house.
No, for scrap.
Yeah, they have a big old scrap there. Have you watched it yet? You haven't you?
No, I haven't. No, but it's not really that much of a spoiler. But I'll get around to it eventually.
You definitely should, mate. It's a treat.
So next time, Spidey cannot suspect the startling fate that awaits him when he meets Dr. Octopus again next issue. Be here when disaster strikes Spider-Man. Brad, where can people find you if they want to?
You can find me on Twitter at Slothzilla UK. I genuinely don't use it. But you can find us at Spidey Podcast on Twitter and also at what is it? Is it Spidey Podcast at Gmail?
Swinging through Spider-Man at gmail.com.
That's the fella. If you want to send us any emails, any fan mail,
we'd like to hear from you.
Any questions, pick our brains about stuff. We always enjoy hearing your feedback, as well as reviews. If you'd like to leave us a review on any of the podcast platforms, iTunes is probably our favourite to have reviews on. Would you say?
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. I think we both appreciate that. Anything is welcome. Any feedback's welcome. We'd appreciate hearing from you, and any Spider-Man stories or anything you've got, anything that we've brought up for you, any Spider-Man issues. We'd just love to hear off you in general. You can find me, as we said, streaming now on Twitch at JamoAV 1982. And yeah, we'll be doing some of that. Maybe some Marvel-y or Spider-Man stuff if we can get around to it. I'm pretty sure we probably can. But yeah, thank you for listening. Find us at Spidey Podcast, and we'll see you very soon for issue 55 of The Amazing Spider-Man. Can you believe it, Brad?
I can't believe it, man. I can't even believe we've been going for over a year. Unbelievable.
Yeah, we're in our second year now. So 2017, 2018, 2019. That's free. You hold that on your fingers. That's free, mate. You know what I mean?
I'll take it.
I'll take it. But yeah, thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you soon. Goodbye, and thanks.